Okay, I'm sorry, because I don't know.
Shiny.
He thinks it's something. I don't know. I think he's dumb.
No, I don't know nothing. I'm stupid.
I don't know.
I'm 0.5% Chinese, so I understand the riddle.
Exactly. You guys think these games are games that you guys can talk about? I thought I picked out a good list.
Is it the list that you put up earlier?
Yeah.
All right. I feel like I lost my ability to talk about video games.
Oh no!
It's been so long.
2 weeks off.
2 weeks off, man.
2 weeks off. It does a lot to you.
I could talk about every single one of these games.
All right, nice. All right. Well, let's just get into it.
Oh, what is? I'm spicy.
We're doing things spicy today. We're doing things quick and fast. Let me put my phone in the charger real fast.
Yeah, what is this? An hour long? Hour and a half?
Hour and a half.
All right.
Unless we
hour and a half, 40 minutes.
Straight to the point.
All right, let's go.
All right.
I like this.
Oh yeah.
I like it.
Speed around, Dad.
I like it.
I like.
I really, really like this.
Jonathan, did you play? Have you played the mobile Pokemon game? What was it, Pokemon Quest?
No, I had downloaded it, but you don't think I play games I download? You're wrong.
I downloaded it because it was free and I was bored and I started playing it. And I'm not gonna lie, it got me in a loop.
Isn't it like Pokemon Rumble, kind of?
Yeah, kinda. It's really weird. It's a mobile game. It does the thing that mobile games do where it punishes you if you play the game.
Yeah.
So like if you play the game for 30 minutes, it's like, oh, you gotta take a 4-hour break before you play the game again, you could buy these tickets. But I named my Squirtle Big Bobby, so we're good.
Oh yeah, as long as you can name your Squirtle Big Bobby.
Yeah, that's all I needed, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I fucking traded him as soon as I got.
Oh, Final Fantasy 15 is $25. That's scary.
That's a steal.
Yeah.
I love Final Fantasy.
You were saying you were waiting for it.
I was waiting for it.
Oh, what the hell? Are you gonna buy it and never play it?
Yeah. Well, I'm buying Wallpaper Engine right now because I remembered it's a thing.
Oh yeah.
To buy.
Is that part of the summer sale?
No, it's just $4. That's cost.
Oh, okay.
Oh, did you guys see that the surprise, the 6th Spider-Man villain got announced?
No,
it got leaked.
You're kidding. Don't say it. Don't say it. How did I miss that?
It's what you think it is. It's what you think
okay,
it is.
okay. It's Mr.
Iron Man.
It's Mr. Dickovich from Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
He wants his rent money.
Yep.
Okay, that's what I think.
That's exactly it. No. It's what you think it is. It's not crazy at all.
It's probably definitely Green Goblin.
No. It's even like less. It's lesser than that.
Oh, lesser.
Like lesser of a surprise than that.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
How do you get less of a surprise?
Yeah, because I thought they were going for Green. It's not Venom. There's no way.
No.
Okay, yeah. Because
now this is
just think about everybody that was in the.
Okay, so is it Mysterio? Is it Mysterio?
No, way lesser than that.
Whoa, what?
All right, so we had Electro, Rhino.
Who was in the trailer? There it is.
Oh, Doc Ock. Yeah, okay, that's what I figured. I could even hear the mechanical clanging of his octopus tentacles. So
yeah,
I knew it wouldn't be Green Goblin because he's in human form and he's like running from third-term mayor. So
yeah. All right. Listen, yeah, but the one of the voice actors was like, "Oh yeah, the guy who plays Doc Ock, he's great." And everyone was like,
"Oh fuck!
Oh no!
Fuck!"
But I mean, if you watch the trailer and we're like, "Oh, that's Sinister Six," then come on.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a given.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what that boss fight's gonna be like.
Yeah, I'm excited.
He's gonna have a giant. He's gonna have 4 arms, and he's gonna shoot them at you.
Like they're just gonna launch off his body.
Yes.
Yes.
That's pretty hot.
Right.
Yes.
Here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 18th episode of the Boss Rush podcast. I'm your host, Braden Lander, and today I am joined by Kyle Ramos.
Hey, guys, me.
Jonathan Veras.
It's me.
We have taken 2 weeks off. Taking a little break after the E3 extravaganza. E3 hit us full front. And it kept hitting us
From all directions.
an assault of the senses.
Unless you're Nintendo.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Yeah. So how did E3 week treat you guys, Jonathan? I was with you the entire E3 week.
That's right.
I don't know how that went down, but
The best week of my life.
oh yeah,
Well, as far as E3 weeks go.
the best week of the year so far.
Ha
Doesn't have much to live up to, but
No, it was great. I had a great time watching all these shows. Not a single show that I hated, which is always a plus. Even EA, I didn't hate. Congrats to them.
Congrats to them.
No, just a solid E3 all around.
How did the week treat you? How were you feeling? All right. How were you feeling?
Before, in the lead up to E3, I think my pessimism for Nintendo was kind of getting in the way of everything a little bit. But
everyone knows the lead up to it. We did 8 whole weeks.
That's right. That's right.
What were you feeling during the week of E3?
I was just feeling like not as happy as I usually feel, but still happy. You know.
I got you.
It's not to do with E3 or anything.
Absolutely.
You're just really unhappy.
No. All right. All right. Besides that, I was mostly pumped, for Kingdom Hearts 3, and I got a lot of that.
Yeah, a lot of it.
I got
everywhere.
Literally everywhere.
Yeah,
which is always great.
Yeah.
I got a great showing from Microsoft.
Mm-hmm.
Bethesda was very good. Rage 2 was maybe my biggest surprise. Maybe the biggest surprise, because if you told me I'd ever be excited for Rage 2, I'd tell you you're nuts.
Right.
And yet here I am. I think it's one of the best looking games coming out of the entire E3.
For sure.
The Monday was Square Enix, which made me feel empty. There was
made everyone feel empty.
Ubisoft, which not as empty.
Very lackluster this year.
Had Sony, which I think had great content, but the presentation for me left a lot to be desired. I hope they don't do that again with
a little weird.
A church. Like, why? For what purpose? And then Tuesday was Nintendo, and before Nintendo is always probably the most hyped I ever get. Even this year, when I know it's gonna just be Smash Brothers, I couldn't contain myself because I knew I was gonna see Smash. I'm getting hyped now. I'm getting hyped now just thinking about it. Oh man, those 10 minutes before Nintendo starts are always like the best.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How were you feeling, Kyler? The week?
Very similar to Jonathan. I was most looking forward to, because like the Nintendo Switch has easily become one of my favorite consoles of all time.
Right.
Like, it houses one of my favorite games that I've ever played in my life, which is Zelda. So
I thought it was Donkey Kong.
Yeah, Donkey Kong, Funky Freeze. But yeah, I was super excited for Nintendo. I was super excited for Sony. I knew exactly what to expect from Sony because it just front out came out and said it. Microsoft is always the one I'm most curious about, and I thought they knocked it out of the park this year.
Absolutely.
With Microsoft, they could do like anything. Like Phil Spencer could come out there and like you don't know what to expect. Like, oh, we're gonna get new games. We're gonna finally see Crackdown 3, Terry Crews, and we did. EA was
Ted Cruz.
No, not Ted.
When did we see him?
Terry Crews.
When did we see Ted?
Well, if Ted Cruz was in Crackdown 3, I'd be probably way more excited for Crackdown 3. But EA was, I thought, super boring. I didn't like anything about EA's conference.
Anything?
No, nothing.
Oh no,
nothing.
I feel some arguments coming up.
Yeah,
maybe.
Unless there's something I forgot about. But
maybe there's one thing I feel like you'd probably be into.
Okay, possibly.
We'll talk about it.
Okay.
We'll talk about
yeah, I'm glad that they brought the Unravel 2 guy back out there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he
Well, nervous boy.
seems
He
still
seemed-
nervous.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
good.
Ubisoft's and EA's kind of blended in for me. Was that also the one where the woman went out on stage and she was like, "When women get lonely, they turn into monsters"?
That was EA. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, okay. I thought that game genuinely looked pretty interesting too.
Yeah. That's
Oh
what
yeah.
I'm talking about.
It's for me though. Nintendo gut punched me in the stomach so hard
Oh no.
because
Oh,
I
really?
love Fire Emblem. Okay, and I was very excited to see that Fire Emblem Switch game. Got to see it. I love Smash Brothers. Okay, don't get me wrong. I love me some Smash Brothers. I'm not like the biggest Smash Brothers fan, but I always like seeing new characters. Right.
Right.
So Smash Brothers presentation happens after Mario Party, whatever. Then the Smash Brothers presentation happens. I'm like, okay, here we go. Sakurai. He's starting to age a little bit. He's starting to look really sad and defeated and beaten. But he's like, they start announcing the characters. I'm like, okay, we got the Ice Climbers back. And then he just straight up goes like, oh, by the way, fucking everybody that's ever been to Smash Brothers is in this game. They're all coming back. Snake,
Right.
we made his butt smaller, but he's in here. But but I was like, okay, sweet, awesome, let's go. Okay, but then he decides to go through every single character like in the roster,
Yeah. Yikes.
describes the changes, and then it's over. And I'm like, oh, that's it?
Yeah. I think this is a pretty good segue into the meat of the episode. That's just some of the games that I picked up for us to discuss. So we'll start off with Smash. I'll just say I wasn't a big fan of the presentation of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like obviously I like the game and everything. I wasn't a fan of the way that they revealed all the old comers coming back. I feel like there should have been more excitement behind that. You know,
Yeah.
It was kind of just like even the Snake reveal was like,
Yeah.
it was good because Snake was there, so that got you hyped. But for me, it should have been something more exciting. Like more of a reveal, more of an event that Snake is coming back.
Yeah.
You know?
Because that's
I
a
get
big
that.
deal to me anyway. Does that mean we're gonna get a Snake amiibo, by the way?
Probably,
Oh yeah. We're
probably.
gonna go.
Oh my god, please.
I gotta get back into amiibo collecting. I'm so excited.
Oh boy.
Luckily, it
20 more
won't have to be
amiibos.
too many.
Luckily they're not redoing it from scratch. I'm looking at this wall right now, and I'm already like, just the thought of it is making me like,
Well, all you need is a pack amiibo. The rest are just trash.
yeah.
Mhm.
I'll probably dispose of them all in a week.
Also, where's our boy Simon Belmont? What's up with that?
I know, dude. That
Where's the
disappointed me as well.
I think he's coming. I think we're
Well, yeah,
really.
but come on, E3.
I know it's
It's
E3, but
E3. You have the freaking invitational Nintendo.
Yeah,
You didn't do anything
They
with.
should have done something with the invitational.
Well, obviously, the biggest reveal here, or the biggest new character reveal, would be Ridley.
Really,
Oh
yeah.
yes, Ridley, big boy Ridley.
That's actually because like people have been clamoring for this since what, Melee?
Clamoring.
Probably since
Clamoring.
64.
I was going to
honestly.
use that word. Good word.
Screaming from the
Clamoring.
rooftops for big purple boy Ridley.
He's not a boy. He is a man.
Oh, all right. I'm sorry. You're right. He is a man. He's been waiting 18 years to get into Smash Brothers.
18 years. He's legally able to fly, drive and fly.
He's legally able to drink in Germany, so he has that one for him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, with Smash, the thing about the Smash presentation is for someone like me who like loves to just like look at all these like little changes that they do and how everyone's different. It worked for me because I like to obsess over that stuff.
Well, yeah,
before
I like that too.
Yeah. I feel like for a general audience, though, I don't know how much, if that was the right idea to just spend like 25 minutes talking about mechanic changes. You know?
I really liked that. Like, I like that a lot that they went deep dive into it.
Mhm.
But I felt like that should have been saved for their Nintendo Treehouse stuff, and that
Right.
for their like actual direct, like have
Or
something like at least like a little tease of Metroid, like at least like Reggie going up and being like, Metroid is not coming out this year, but here's a little stinger, and it's gonna come out next year. But-
do all that stuff like after they have like that super hype trailer, you know, like that super hyped like CG trailer that always accompanies a Smash Brothers. You
Right.
know, I mean, we got that at the end with Ridley, but I feel like if you did a big CG trailer and then that said everybody's back by showing them, and then transition into, say, like all the mechanics and stuff, that would have been better for me, I guess, instead of just going one by one through the characters in the order they appeared or whatever.
I think it worked for me real well though, just because I was thinking it too. Is like, why are they making such a big deal about like the order that they appeared in, and then like you think they're just gonna show off like a couple, because that's what they always do. They don't reveal every veteran, and then it just keeps going. And Ice Climbers was like, okay, great, Ice Climbers are back. I expected that. Then they dropped Squirtle and Ivysaur and Charizard, because I thought that was never going to happen again. I thought Charizard is on his own. That's it. It's done. But they went and did it. And then it just kept going, and it never ended until every single character was shown off.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
That's like part of the problem for me, is that it went on way too long.
Yeah, like in any other scenario, like I would have been fine with it. It just dragged on because I was expecting something else, you know? I wasn't expecting that to just be the rest of the Nintendo Direct. I was like, just talk, just give me a bone, give me something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Reggie said, or someone said after, it's like, oh, we'll talk about it when we're ready. Just like, that's what they do, I guess. But still, it's like, it's out there.
Yeah, but at the same, like, it's weird because Nintendo is so weird in that they can just announce a Direct out of nowhere and it just happens. Like, a month or two from now, Nintendo could be like, oh, Metroid Prime Direct, and it's coming out this fall. Like, you just never know with Nintendo.
Right, that's the thing. Is, like, you asked me what was the better show, I'd probably tell you the March Direct was a better thing than the E3.
Yeah, which is so weird because I wasn't expecting anything from that March Direct.
Right, and that's just how it is now, I guess. E3 is just, it's not Nintendo's end-all be-all. It's just another step in the process. Or
E3 has become a big showcase for their one game, you know, like that one big game that's coming out that everybody's going to anticipate.
Right.
Like Zelda last year.
Yeah, exactly. E3 is that. E3 is to showcase that.
Right. I would say last year was still pretty, like, at least the main presentation wasn't like that, because they just dropped an Odyssey trailer off at the end. But then you get to like the Treehouse stuff, and it's like Odyssey.
Right. And their whole booth was New Donk City and all that jazz. Yeah. And then this year's was heavily influenced by Smash, you know.
Yep.
Just a lot of interesting things. Yep. A lot of interesting things with Smash Brothers in general.
Right.
Kyler, hopefully, I'm going to harken back to what you said about EA, all right?
Yeah, go for it.
My first, the first game I had on my list to talk about is Anthem.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
I want to hear why that didn't resonate with you as much.
Okay, no, it did. I saw Anthem, and I think Anthem looks fantastic. So, like, I just mean, like, EA as a whole, like, outside of Anthem.
Okay.
I was already expecting Anthem, you know? I was curious how much it had evolved since we've seen it last.
Or devolved in your case. Devolved in your case, you monster.
No.
I was thinking about you the entire time during this game.
Yeah, it was funny because I was thinking about you too, but at the same
Glad
time.
we're thinking about each other.
I love you, Braden.
I love you too, Kyle.
But when I was watching it, I was actually like, I was pleasantly surprised. Like,
yes,
underwater stuff. Like, yeah, I'm in. Like, I was happy to be proven wrong, and that I think they did it. I think they have something here.
That's good. Yeah, my biggest question is like, what changed your mind? Because I know what you had said was, no, that can't be real, you know? Yeah. But then they showed it, and I was like, oh, this is real. This is real. And in our room, there were still a bunch of skeptics. I was like, how? This is what was shown last year. And the biggest complaint last year was this can't be real. And then they show it this year, and they're still skeptical. So I'm asking you, like, what changed your mind? Why are you not skeptical anymore? Or what are you still skeptical about?
I could see last time it was like if you look at it, it was in engine, yes, but it was like manufactured in such a way that it could be like a target render instead of like what the final product will be like. You know what I mean? Like they had
I see.
that one vertical slice and polished it all to hell for like the past 4 months. Whereas this recent demo, I look at it and I go like, okay, this is like what the full, like this is a piece of like what the full game is going to be, because it's similar to what we saw last year, but it doesn't look as good, if that makes any sense. It doesn't seem as manufactured, but it's I don't know. I see it and I see, okay, this is believable. This could be a real game on launch. There is a tiny bit of skepticism. Like, I'm gonna have to see some pre-review stuff before the game comes out. I don't know how much they're leaning into like the multiplayer aspect of it versus like a single player. You know what I mean? But like what they're going for, like the going underwater and flying around in your jetpack and shooting shit. Like, I'm in.
There's something I learned today, and it's incredibly exciting. Is there's like a free play mode, like a free roam mode.
Is there really?
Yeah, where you can just go and explore the world.
Oh my! Thank you, EA. Thank you.
I know.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I was just about to say that I want to be able to like just fly around and explore the world, because that's like the most interesting thing to me. Like, I think the combat looks great. I thought there was a lot of cool things they showed off, like the whole like you scan like a whole like group of enemies and then you just fly at missiles out at everyone.
Yeah,
that kind of thing. But I was just hoping, because the world looks fantastic.
Absolutely.
Like, there's so much detail. Like, being able to just go underwater. I want to be able to just explore without having to worry about like, oh, there's a horde of enemies I got to take out.
Yeah, right.
Move on with the mission.
There is a free play mode. Yep.
Oh, very, very good.
Yeah, I assume it's like the free play mode in Destiny, where I forgot patrols. They're called patrols, and it gives you that entire map to just go do whatever. And obviously, there are still enemies scattered around the world.
Yeah.
But it's open for you to find secrets and treasure and get new side quests and stuff like that. So I assume that's what this free mode is going to be like. They said that there are going to be a bunch of side quests out in the world as well. Super pumped for that. So I'm super excited for this.
Nice.
I really am, and I'm glad that this demo has seemingly changed a couple people's minds.
Yeah.
But it's like this is the game. This is it.
For sure.
Do you guys think it's going to hit that February release date?
I don't see why not. I think even if the game is ready or not, it will. I guess.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I don't know if developers, because like I know delays are like a really big thing. I don't know like the history of EA and delays. So I feel like EA is gonna be like, I don't care if it's like ready, just put it out with like a day one patch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Because like I feel like Rockstar and Sony are known for constant delays, but like EA, they're like, whatever, just put the game out.
Yep.
At most, maybe like a month, but they said Q1. I think it's going to be Q1, no matter what.
All right, that's good to hear. Another game that we were talking about that you brought up very recent or very briefly, Jonathan, was Sea of Solitude.
Yes, Sea of Solitude.
Let's talk about that. What are your vibes on that game? What are you feeling?
It's weird because I was watching the gameplay and it felt like it was a bunch of different genres, sort of. There was like you were just rowboating, you're kind of just walking around. It looked like there were like platforming elements, horror elements.
Yeah,
because I remember clearly this one scene where she's just walking around and there was like arms and hands like everywhere trying to like grab her.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know that the lady was talking for like 10 minutes before the show gameplay.
Yeah,
I kind of like fell out of it. Because it just kept going, which that's fine. I'm glad that she's passionate about it. She should be,
right?
But once the actual gameplay started, I pretty much thought this looks really interesting. I want to keep an eye on this. I think this could be really good.
For sure, yeah. Kyler, what do you think about it?
I think it looks awesome. I like the way. I'm not sure exactly what the main goal of the game is, but I just want to row around in a boat and it just looks nice, so I'm in.
I think the concept of it is I think the concept of it is really interesting, how it's going to play off of those like the lonely emotions. I think when you put those into a player's hands, like just you experiencing that from another person's point of view, I think that could be really something special.
Yeah, I was like, this is the perfect game for me because my crippling loneliness is getting closer and closer each day.
We're all there.
You know, it's
We're all
funny you
there.
say that because I was watching the gameplay and I was thinking about my crippling loneliness.
Yeah, it sneaks up
we all
on
were.
you, you know. And then as soon as when she was like, when women get lonely, they become monsters. It's like, oh, honey, not just women,
Yeah.
not just women, baby. I'm getting lonely right here.
Oh yeah, exactly. So another one of the biggest surprises of the show. All right, this one was huge. I'm talking about Sekiro. Shadows Die Twice.
That was during Microsoft's, right?
Yes, it was.
During Microsoft's. And the biggest surprise of this is that it's published by Activision.
Activision, I know, but I could tell right away.
Oh, yes. This is graphically the best thing From has ever done by
Oh, really?
far.
I was gonna say almost the opposite.
What?
I think not graphically, like art direction wise, absolutely, because they're going for this like colorful style that they've like never done before.
Yeah.
I think the colors and like the art direction is beautiful, but I could see like the character models and like the lighting of it did not look as good as Bloodborne. And I've been playing like a lot of Bloodborne recently, so I kind of saw that and I was like, okay, I could see that this is like a multi-plat game versus them working on like
one console,
Just
one
one.
architecture.
yeah, exactly. And then I saw Activision, and I was like, okay, I know Activision's got a lot of dough, but I don't think they're gonna shell out that money, you know, to FromSoft.
Yeah.
But I was surprised because I was expecting to see this at Sony of all places,
Yeah.
and then I saw the
Yeah.
gameplay, and I saw Activision, and I was like, okay, feudal Japan, like, what's going on here? And then it clicked in the back of my head. I was like, From Software.
I know. It was the first face. The first.
Yeah.
There was one of the animations at the beginning. I was like, "Oh, this is From." I can
yeah,
tell.
exactly.
I can tell. You know, like just From's got that weird jankiness about them. And I think it was actually the hair, that guy's hair, how it was like floating and it wasn't animating correctly.
Yeah, it was like,
I'm like, oh, this is From's next game.
But dude, can we talk about the grappling hook bone arm?
Let's talk about this. Okay, Jonathan.
Yes.
We're gonna start up. We're gonna start with you because you've never played a From game or a Souls game.
I've played a little bit of Demon Souls, and I really wasn't grabbed by it.
Right.
And I look at Dark Souls, and it's like I don't really like that art direction, I guess, or that like
How dare
setting, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Bloodborne is kind of the same, where the games just make me like, you know, there's something off-putting about just about the way they look, you know. And I'm positive they're great games, but I just don't feel like excited or like enthused by them, you know. So then I see this brand new FromSoft game, and I mean, because we knew about Shadows Die Twice already, they talked about that, and I was like, oh, okay, whatever, FromSoft, it'll be a thing, you know. Didn't think I'd actually like be looking forward to it, but then like I see the gameplay, I see it's not like, you know, knights and stuff or like old medieval type. It's like feudal Japan. It's got like crazy like combat and like traversal and movement and all of this stuff. And I was watching just the gameplay trailer and I was like, oh my gosh, this looks like something I really want to play. This looks like a ton of fun. You know?
And it's interesting because go for it, Jonathan.
I mean, I was just gonna say I haven't really watched the trailer since E3, so it's starting to get a little bit foggy. But I still like clearly remember him grappling on the tree.
Oh
and,
yeah,
like, some of the sword fight that he was having.
Snake at the end.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, it looks like a big set piece, which like we don't really see that from like From Software. They don't have like big set pieces that.
This is like a big single player only. You know.
Yep. Character action.
Yes.
Yeah, and I was also surprised that
customization at all. You're playing one character set in stone. There's actually a story this time that you can like follow without really having to look off the beaten path.
I know it's From. I don't know if it's directed by Miyazaki.
It is. It is.
Oh, it is. Wow. So I'm very curious to see, because one of the favorite things I loved about Bloodborne was how it took elements of Dark Souls, but it was still its own game. You know what I mean?
Right.
And in this one, it seems like they're changing a lot of stuff. Like this guy is acrobatic. Like that is nothing in Bloodborne or Dark Souls. Like you're actually running and jumping. I'm like, whoa.
I've got to ask you this. Did you notice at the very beginning of the trailer when the main character pushed the doors open?
Oh, it was like almost the exact animation?
The Bloodborne one?
Yes.
When Bloodborne got leaked?
Animation.
Beastborn or Beast Blood or whatever it was called?
Oh, Beast Souls. That's
Beast
right.
Souls. Yeah, when that got... Yeah. Whatever. Something with Beast in the title.
Yeah.
And it was just the leaked footage of him opening the door. Like, that was like the exact same animation. I thought it was hilarious.
I went by... I was going to go through and go by frame just to see, like, if that was the actual animation.
It definitely was. It definitely was. Apparently, some other things I've heard I heard over the week. I heard that this game is going to be harder than all of the other Souls games, which is super interesting. I wasn't expecting that.
Interesting.
I also heard that this snake is a constant threat, and there's a part where like stealth, which I'm a little skeptical on that, but hey, it's from I feel like they can nail it. But this snake is like constantly following you around in like this canyon, and you have to kind of stealth your way through the super tall grass and not be seen by him, or the fight starts.
Interesting. Was your behind the closed door demo of Sekiro?
Yes. Yeah, that's exactly what.
That's what I figured.
Actually, I think there's just, or I don't know if there was like a gameplay reveal, but
I also know another.
It's a trailer.
Another aspect is I think you are collecting souls, but when you die, you can rebirth yourself right there on the spot, which is interesting. I don't know if that's like on a cooldown or if that's like a limited thing you can do.
No more bonfires or something like that.
Yeah, no more bonfires.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Also, that bone arm.
That bone arm, dude.
Yeah.
It's a grappling hook bone arm.
I know. And trick weapons are back from Bloodborne. I know. I'm so excited for that. I saw that one like sword or whatever turn into a hammer during the trailer, and I was like, "Oh, trick weapons are back."
The thing with like from games is the animations are always so cool and crunchy.
Yeah.
When you're transforming your weapons, it's just so cool.
They've got weight to it, and it makes sense. Like every transformation makes sense, like the Kirk hammer. There's like a little slit in the hammer where the sword goes, like the models of the weapons are done so well.
My favorite animation in Bloodborne is when you write a note, he just looks at the floor and snaps his fingers. But it's like it's so, and like your little cloth clay like kind of moves around. It's just such a cool animation.
You got to play Bloodborne, Jonathan.
I know.
I feel like Jonathan would like Bloodborne. I think that's the most accessible from software game.
I really feel like you would like it. Even the setting. The setting, it might seem like really dour, and it is.
First, yeah.
It is extraordinarily dark, but it's interesting.
Yeah.
It's very, very interesting.
It messes with your expectations a lot.
It really does. It really does. The next game we got, Kingdom Hearts.
Oh no!
Yeah.
I'm going to start with you, Kyler, on this one.
Oh,
I'm going to start with you. All right.
Which reveal? The Frozen reveal?
Let's talk about both of them. We're talking about both of them.
Okay.
All right. Pirates of the Caribbean and the Frozen World. What do you think? As somebody, you've never played Kingdom Hearts before, correct?
Yeah, I've never played a Kingdom Hearts. I was always.
What do you think?
Okay, so Kingdom Hearts is that game to me where it's like I want to play this game, but this is the game where like your dad walks in and you're like, and it's like this, and it's just like Sora like, I'm gonna fight the darkness. It's just a video game, Dad. Get out of here. But
right.
Yeah, oh my god. Okay, so the Frozen reveal. Okay, so first of all, I really do want to play Kingdom Hearts 3. Like I think it looks like a fun action RPG style game. I like the Disney worlds.
Yes.
I like all of that. But the story is just so silly. Like there's this in the Frozen one, like Mickey pops his head out of like a vortex.
Yeah.
And he's like,
oh! Look, don't play the games for the story. Play the games for the gameplay.
Yeah, and like okay. Also, Monster Goofy is an abomination.
Abomination.
What were they
Absolutely
thinking with that
disgusting.
design?
He literally looks like he is on crystal meth.
But the trailer that shocked me was the Pirates of the Caribbean one, because I was not expecting that at all.
Yeah.
And like the realistic art style of like the characters. But I also have to say Jonathan's reaction to that was 10 out of 10. Because I know so bad he wanted it to be Treasure Planet.
Yeah.
You guys saw the
We all
stars
did,
and you were
dude.
like, but I love how you had a heart attack regardless. Like that made me happy.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it looked
That's what
amazing.
I was. Yeah, I mean that's what I was gonna get to. The Pirates of the Caribbean trailer is like the biggest like I don't know what the word is, but when you just go from one emotion to the complete opposite in like 10 seconds,
Yeah.
you know? Oh,
think it's
where
called
it
bipolar.
starts off, he's wearing a pirate hat, and I see the stars, and I think there's no way. And then, but then, like you look at their outfits a bit more, and it's like, nah, I don't think this would be like Treasure Planet like designs. And then you see the ship on the sand, and you see Captain Jack Sparrow out at one of my least favorite worlds is back. So exciting!
Really bad world. This boss fight's awful.
Yeah, yeah, it is. Anyways, so I'm feeling bad. I'm feeling like, oh, they wasted it on Pirates of the Caribbean, and then the gameplay starts, and I immediately go, no, they didn't. They did it. They made the naval combat, and then like doing slow motion on. Like,
whoa! Child execution going on live on stream.
Oh,
what the hell is that? What was that?
It's just Camden thinking that he's some kind of comedic genius.
Oh,
that's all that is.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
It's all right. Luckily, we all know he's not. So.
Yes, of course not. All you have to do is watch the E3 streams to know that.
Oh, don't do that. All right, continue.
Anyways, so naval combat, and then there's like flow motion chains, and then he gets on the ship, and his keyblade is turned into like ship wheels and everything, and then he goes diving into water, and he's like using the keyblade, and he's like swimming faster, and there's like a bunch of like bright keyblade fish, and then he jumps into the air, and there's like airships, and this giant like heartless thing. And it's amazing, and it's exactly the trailer I wanted out of Kingdom Hearts at E3.
Yes.
Just the Frozen trailer was not what I wanted.
No.
I mean, it was okay.
That Frozen World
That's
to
all
me,
it is.
That Frozen World to me does not look good.
Frozen World is like
there's something so off about it and so like unfinished. Like the world feels so empty.
Of all the worlds they've shown, that's the one that I agree. Unfinished is the right word.
I feel like there not only just to it, we just haven't seen yet.
Oh,
you know?
I mean, I'm sure there will be. We haven't even seen Arendelle. I'm sure that'll be an area, the castle, the town. But I mean, Frozen. It was gonna be in. I'm glad we know about it now finally, because it was the most obvious world. I think there was a Nomura interview where he was surprised that people weren't like shocked by it, and I'm like, "What? Are you serious? It's got to be a joke."
Oh, by the Frozen?
Yeah. He was like, "Oh, I was more surprised that people reacted to Aqua more than Frozen." And it's like, "Dude, did you watch your own trailer?" And the only other trailer we got was at Square Show, which was like half and half, like new content and half just a Frozen retread.
It was what they saw at the concert.
It was the orchestra stuff. So we saw like the Ratatouille mini game where Sora gets Remy in his hair and he's making food.
Yummy.
Because why not? Why not? I'd eat Ratatouille made by Sora.
Rats, you know?
Yeah.
Cooked rat.
Cooked Remy.
Delicious.
Yum.
High in protein.
So are you gonna play this game, Tyler?
Oh, yeah. So I was gonna ask Jonathan, the resident Kingdom Hearts expert, if I could just hop into Kingdom Hearts 3 and be okay.
Well, they actually started releasing like official videos of the story so far.
Whoa.
It's in Japanese only right now, but they said it's going to be in English and it's going to be included with the game. So if you want to just know the basics of the story so that you're not totally lost, even if you don't care about the story, you still want to like kind of get it. I think they've got you covered. But just the gameplay and the Disney worlds and all that, yes, easily.
Mhm.
It's easily worth it for that alone.
Yeah, because that's mainly what I care about. I just want to move Sora around in this 3D environment with my cool Keyblade
Yes.
and look at fucking disgusting Goofy with his fucking vest and multicolored eyes.
You mean
I'm looking at a picture of it right now, and it's making me angry.
you mean to tell me you're not excited to fight the darkness and see how many Xehanorts there actually are?
Oh, dude.
I'm excited to see Monster Goofy's death scene is what I'm excited for.
Yeah, they just reenact the death scene out of nowhere just because.
But he's actually dead this time. Like there's no coming back for him.
Ooh,
Yeah,
get shot.
That's the twist. No one cares that he
Get
died
shot
because
with the rifle.
he's done this before, you know. So they just go on without him, and Goofy never shows up again.
Aqua's Keyblade. I don't even know if she has one, but Aqua's Keyblade turns into a rifle, and she shoots him square in the heart.
Oh my god!
Then he says, "I guess now I'm a heartless."
Exactly.
Goofy doesn't have a heart.
And then he doesn't die.
Jonathan
Just takes it.
You know, I always have the pleasure
Yes.
of talking about this next game with you. It's always a fun
Of course.
time.
Always the best.
I'm talking about Forza Horizon 4.
Forza Horizon.
Forza Horizon 4 set in London. All right,
Yes.
not Japan. But
Not
that
Japan.
is A-OK.
Looking at the stuff they're doing with this game, I'm not even sure if they would be able to like do it in Japan per se. Because I
It's
think
insane.
Japan has a different set of expectations. Because
Mhm.
for that one, I expect more like city stuff, more
Right.
nitty gritty festival stuff, which we'll get into that later because
Exactly.
the game still has festivals. But so far, they really mostly showed off like seasons. That's the main hook.
Yeah.
Every week there was a new season in Forza Horizon, and it completely changes the map.
Yep. Events are different.
Yeah.
Locations are completely different.
Mm-hmm.
You can drive
Break
on
walls.
lakes.
And
You can break walls, Kyler.
Oh.
I don't think you know how excited we were when he first, whoever was in the car, whenever they drove through a wall,
Uh-huh.
we were ecstatic.
Like,
Like,
a wall
seriously.
through the house? Like, I don't recall that.
No. Like just a tiny little rock barrier.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
And you just see him bust through it. And we got
Oh my
so excited because now your momentum won't stop. Now if
that
you-
sounds annoying.
It's amazing.
Here's my favorite thing about Forza Horizon 3 is when you're doing a skill chain and you've got over like 100,000 points and you're just going great. And then like you see a tree and it's like, oh no, if I hit this tiny tree, I can break bigger trees, but I can't break the smaller trees. If I tap this tree, it's over. And then I stop, but I still tap the tiny tree and it's gone. And
Yep.
it puts me in the worst mood
Guess what,
I-
Jonathan?
every time.
Now you
I
can
can break those
continue
trees.
that chain
Forever and ever.
forever and ever.
I wrote down in my notes here, I have two very important notes for this game. I put, in quotation marks, one adrift. You remember that?
Yes.
And also, I put Burnout Paradise vibes. This
Yes.
game is giving me strong Burnout Paradise vibes.
Dude, this game's world is gorgeous. Like,
Yes.
if I want to play this game at Ultra on my PC, I have to upgrade. Like, honestly, because I will not be able to run this game at 60 frames per second with it looking like this.
Maybe they streamlined some stuff. Maybe it's just the same engine, but they just tweaked it a little bit.
That would be insane. I hope so.
Maybe they
But-
just figured out a way to get more horsepower out of it. Also, apparently the seasons, like, I don't know if this is correct or not, but I heard somebody else say this, where like winter isn't just like winter. Like there are multiple versions of winter that you'll encounter, and each one is different.
Yeah.
So like when you see winter again weeks later, it won't be the same winter that you encountered the weeks
Yes.
before. It'll be a completely different type of winter that'll
That's
also
correct, yep.
change the map. I was like, whoa, that's interesting.
Oh yeah,
So
they're
I'm guessing,
taking
like,
this like yeah.
Heavy
This is
snowfall,
interesting.
light snowfall, that kind of stuff, probably.
Yep. Right.
Mhm.
I'm just
Oh, yeah.
excited because there's like a whole new drivatar system, right? Where
I was just about to say.
oh really? Yeah, just the drivatars. Everybody, well, you in the old Forza Horizon games, the other racers are people's drivatars, and what that means is that it's just computers acting as other people, essentially. And so with this game, they're taking that out, like default. It's no longer default to have drivatars, and instead, everybody that you see will be real people actually driving around in the world on a dedicated server. Uh, you can still make the default drivatars
Yes.
if you don't want other people in your world. And something also super interesting is the fact that time goes by at the exact same pace for everyone across all servers. So if I told this example to Jonathan Malik a couple days ago, but if somebody is looking at a sunset and another person is looking at the sunset, you guys are looking at the same sunset, even on different servers.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's everything is the same across all servers, and I find that super fascinating.
So this is a question I also had because Fallout 76 is doing something similar, where it's like a continuous world. So like, if you break a wall in your world, will that wall also be broken in everybody else's world, or
No.
Okay.
No. I doubt that. Maybe, but I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably not.
This sounds
Something
like
as simple as like, oh, I broke a bush, you know.
Yeah. And then it respawns like after you don't see it anymore in your rear view window, you know?
Yeah, probably.
That's what I think, but possibly. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, who knows?
But like new events, just the whole season stuff sounds so interesting to me. Sounds so fun.
Honestly,
it gives me incentive to come back.
I mean, you could have just it's a Forza Horizon game, so I knew I was gonna buy it and play it and love it.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
But they are going like above and beyond like what I ever expected. Like when you asked me or whatever, like what do you want from a Forza Horizon 4? I just said just give me more of that. And then they give me more of that. But then there's the season stuff. There's this shared world idea that they're doing, which on paper sounds phenomenal. Like I could start a race with somebody and it's an actual real person one-on-one race and not like a computer.
Yep.
And just the world looks incredible. And I feel like they're really holding back because we haven't even seen any real town stuff. A little bit.
I know.
But like I feel like they've really mostly just been showing off like, oh, we're driving through the woods and we're driving on a lake because it's winter and the lake froze over. So you can drive on the lake now and explore like a completely different area of the map.
Right. I hope that there aren't any big cities, you know. I hope that there are little cottages and little villages and stuff like that.
I'm sure there's gonna be like London. You gotta have London, you know. But I mean that's all you need. Like homely. That's my main takeaway from the world in this is it's very homely. It makes me want to like warm up in a blanket.
Right.
Did you
wrap myself?
Did you guys hear about the rumor that's like heavily implied that the Forza Horizon team is working on a new Fable game?
Yes. Yeah. And now that they're owned by Microsoft, talk about that for a little bit.
I wanted to use this to transition into the studios that Microsoft's were buying. It's so weird how they like bought Ninja Theory.
Yeah.
And then just go on and talk about Devil May Cry 5 as if like DMC never existed.
Yeah.
You know,
right?
I didn't think about that actually, but
I was like, that's kind of weird.
Oh, wait a minute. You're right.
That's our next game.
Yeah, I was like, because Devil May Cry 5 is like nothing to do with DMC. Like they are just straight up done.
Right.
And I was like,
well, let's talk about.
I've seen some people say that there's some like influences. I think on the art direction
Oh yeah,
I never
for
really
sure.
played DMC, the Ninja Theory one, so I can't say for
That
sure.
was my biggest takeaway from that Devil May Cry 5 trailer was how realistic the graphics look.
Yeah.
It's like even though the previous Devil May Cry games were like trying to emulate some kind of reality, they were still like so
Right.
ridiculously colorful and like it had like an anime-ish aesthetic.
Exaggerated, yeah.
But this game, there's like real human faces and like the lighting is like volumetric and like real, and I'm like, whoa, this is not Devil May Cry. This is wow, what am I looking at?
Disgusting flesh monsters.
Right, like the woman, like her
Yeah.
facial capture was like too on point. Or in her hair was like extra bouncy. Like I don't know what kind of
Extra
conditioner
bouncy.
she used that morning, but oh my
Oh,
god,
it was Pantene. It was Pantene.
it was Pantene. It was probably it was some kind of no. I don't know what she put in her hair.
It was
not-
Pantene, dude. Hey, we're sponsored by Pantene. We have to
Oh,
say
sorry.
it's Pantene.
Hashtag get Pantene.
I love
There you go.
Pantene products. I
And
use
Jonathan,
them every day.
give us your pitch. Give us your Pantene pitch. Your Devil May Cry Pantene pitch.
When you're fighting monsters, you don't want your hair to get dirty, do you? Gotta keep it clean, keep it styling, SSS styling. So wear Pantene, and you'll be styling even when you're not fighting demons.
Perfect.
Pantene.
That's all I needed to
Yeah,
do.
that was beautiful. I love that.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're playing as Nero in this game.
Yes.
Yeah, and also hinted at that we may be playing as Dante too.
Yeah,
At the
I was
end.
gonna say
Yeah.
the most disgusting thing about this game isn't the monster. What Dante looks like.
Oh, Dante
Punished
looks
Dante.
Dante looks grizzled in a way that doesn't look cool. He looks
Yeah.
like that
Yeah,
guy
he
that
looks
used to
grizzled.
be your cool uncle, but then he grew up, and you're like, oh man, you like, mm-mm. Like, I don't know where you went wrong, but you went wrong.
That's Keanu Reeves, dude.
Whoa, no.
Yeah, you just
No,
described
you cannot
Keanu
talk about
Reeves.
Keanu like that. We were talking about Dante. I think it's his chin fuzz or whatever that's going on there,
Yeah, it's,
and his little
Yeah.
creepy
It's not a-
grin as he drives through the camera. He's like,
That's a gross grin.
yeah, that
That is not a fun grin.
That was not okay.
It looks like
That is not a fun
I mean, I don't
grin.
think he's not missing teeth, but he looks like he is. Oh, his hair is just disgusting, and he's not even. I mean, like his jacket is so like dark. It's not like bright red.
Yeah.
It's just sad.
He looks like he's on a watch list.
yeah.
yeah, like us.
Yeah. So we do have something in common with Dante. So
So for a second, I thought Nero was the protagonist from DMC because they made Nero look almost identical to him, but with silver hair. Notice
dude, you know who it looked like was the guy from Scalebound.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I got a little excited.
I don't think he has headphones or anything, but there was one thing he did, and I was like, wow, this is like exactly like the Scalebound character.
Yeah,
It does, and I think about it.
yeah.
They were
It's
also
pretty wild.
the director. He says that this is the best game that he thinks he's ever made.
Yeah, Isano.
Oh, Itano, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, whoa, that's spitting mad word because people love Devil May Cry 3. People swear to this day that Devil May Cry 3 is the greatest character action game like ever made.
Oh yeah.
It's a great game.
I never had the chance to play it. I played 1 and 2, all of 2, both discs. But never.
Oh no!
Never-
Oh no!
Yeah.
Rip your friend. That's all I
Yeah,
got to say.
no. He
Nice.
deserves it.
Since we're also sponsored by Capcom, you can now buy the Devil May Cry HD trilogy on your modern platform of choice.
Modern platform of choice.
I don't think I've
Except
ever
the Switch.
Modern.
Yeah, you're
Should
right.
put that on the
Switch
Switch.
is old.
Oh, you guys want to talk about, or do you want to save this for next time? You talk about Resident Evil? You want to talk about Resident Evil 2?
We'll wait.
Okay.
We'll wait.
Yeah.
Okay, because that's the game that I think I'm
Yes.
most excited for out of every game.
What we got coming up now is a littler game. It's a little game called Tunic.
Littler.
Oh,
Littler
yeah.
Tunic.
Tunic.
Jonathan.
Tunic. You know what was a great idea? It was looking Tunic up into Google without any other context.
Oh yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah, good job.
Like
He
looking
doesn't
up
even remember
woods
Tunic.
without any other
Disgusting.
context.
No, I remember Tunic. I know what it is. I just want to look at this game again because I think
Yeah.
this game looks fantastic.
Apparently, their biggest inspiration is Zelda, but the very first one, the one where it's like,
No direction.
here's a game, here's zero direction.
That's
That's what they're going for with this.
That's my favorite thing because that's why I like Breath of the Wild so much because it was like, oh, here you are.
Well,
do whatever the hell you want.
There's a difference between Zelda 1 and Breath of the Wild, whereas Breath of the Wild is like you can do what you want, but you still like have a goal and there's still like some like help, you know. Zelda 1 is literally like we're not going to tell you anything. So
and
good luck.
I love how you can just wander into like Dungeon 8 and get your ass handed to you.
Right. That's actually, I don't know how to feel about that.
I love that. It reminds me of Dark Souls actually because it's like not in terms of the combat or anything, but in Dark Souls 1, that opening area after you're done with the thing, you can wander into like the graveyard with the skeletons, and you are not ready for the skeletons.
Yep.
But you can just go straight there. But yeah, that was it. That was my little tangent.
Jonathan, you're feeling a little I don't know.
Well, I'm not gonna buy this game anymore. I just hope that it's not so much like Zelda 1 to the point where it's like you need a walkthrough or else you're not going to do anything. And that's what I feel like Zelda 1 is the kind of game where if you don't have like at least a map, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Zelda 1.
You don't have a map. You don't start off with a map in Tunic.
You don't start off with one or you don't get one ever?
I don't know about not getting one, but you don't start off with one. I think
like
you have to kind of piece it together.
I feel like another thing that made Zelda
I'm open to
just
it.
extra difficult and tedious. Okay, this is weird. Do you want to go, Jonathan?
No. You go.
Okay. I was gonna say the thing I can see why Jonathan would like dislike Zelda 1s because like I feel like the graphical style also goes a long way and like the scrolling screens. So I feel like if Tunic is going for the same thing, I just think the visual aesthetic alone and without like the scrolling screens, I feel like that would just make it more fun to explore, even though it's aimless. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're right. I think visuals do play a big part because one of my least favorite things about Zelda 1 is like, hey, burn this bush that looks exactly the same as the million other bushes, but this one gets you an item. And it's like, how am I supposed to like even know that besides the 1 in a million chance that I burn it by accident?
I think developers have learned that that's not what people want.
Right.
And so I feel like this is going to be done well and correctly.
I hope so. I mean, I'm not against using Zelda 1 like as a baseline for how to do exploration. I just want them to do it right. Because I don't like Zelda 1, but this being like a modern game with more art direction, more liberties, obviously, hopefully it won't have those same problems.
Right.
You know, visual identification is a good thing.
Music from the guy who did Dust Force, which is one of my favorite soundtracks ever.
That's big.
So I'm very excited for the soundtrack in this game. Even in the trailer alone, I was like,
You know what you guys should do?
Yeah.
You guys should support Boss Rush by following our Twitter at BossRush_games, as well as heading on over to YouTube to check out our content and see if you enjoy yourself. If you do, make sure to hit that subscribe button.
If you support us on Boss Rush, we will send a letter to
Miyamoto himself.
To Square Enix to tell them to take Monster Goofy out of the game.
Oh yeah, that's a much better incentive.
Yeah, so you have to support us for the sake of the greater good.
Honestly, you have to do this.
I want Monster Goofy in the game.
Okay,
I think Monster Goofy is great.
Yeah, that's an eject right there.
That's an ejection.
Fine. Get me out of here then.
All right.
I'm dying by this.
Quite possibly the biggest game of E3, Cyberpunk.
I wish they would show us what it looks like. Gamescom. I'm telling you guys. Gamescom in August.
Yeah.
We're going to see Cyberpunk.
Yep. I 100% agree with that. Wow, we got a lot of details on this game without even seeing anything.
Yeah. People coming out of that demo, their minds are like blown.
They were flabbergasted.
And they said that it wasn't like it was like in a way that Anthem didn't seem like. This game seems like it's a reality. You know what I mean? From what they showed, like it looked good, but it didn't look like that good. So I was like, wow.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
I heard this game is like people came out of this were just absolutely shocked. Like they couldn't even really comprehend
What
how
yeah.
CD Projekt Red did this. And I am so incredibly excited to explore this world.
That trailer?
Yeah.
You guys see the Digital Foundry video on that trailer? I thought that was a pre-rendered thing, but
No.
that is like
no.
in game. Like
That
there's,
is
there's like
game.
there's aliasing and like the shadow quality is like a little off. So like that was just like that's what you're looking at. Like that's probably really close to what we're gonna see in the final game, which is like that hurts my head. Also, the first person perspective thing was throwing me off, but everybody said like everybody who played it was like, no, like even though it's in first person, like you will get immersed in this.
Well, yeah,
I'm like,
because
good.
there's a lot of contextual animation that you can do with first person. Like for example, I can hear myself. This is a little weird. Yeah.
Oh, you okay?
No, I can hear myself a little bit, but
How are you now? You good?
all right,
It's like
I'm
it's
good,
fixed
dude.
now.
I'm good. I can no longer hear myself.
Okay,
Excellent.
man. It sounds
That-
like you got a personal problem.
Yeah, I think it's something in my head.
Whoa.
Somebody's
No.
speaking.
I heard that.
Okay,
You're not alone. Don't worry.
That's good. You know, I need to get an augmentation for the brain, similar to what these cyberpunk people are getting. In first person mode, apparently you put like a bunch of augmentations in your arm, and it's all like you can see it happening in front of you. There's like this weird stuff where like you can put stuff in your eye and you watch your eyeball get taken out and the implants put into it and
Oh,
thrown
that's
back into your head. Like driving around the city is just gonna be absolutely insane. They hinted at those. They hinted at those flying vehicles,
the Blade Runner-esque.
the Blade Runner-esque flying vehicles. You know, I'm a little angry with the general populace on this one. How they said, "Oh, trailer is too bright for me." I was like, "Are you kidding?" Oh my
Who said that?
god!
Let me find these people.
On the internet, dude.
Yeah, that's. I mean, that's the thing is like, I don't think that. I mean, it's bright. It's certainly not like Blade Runner levels of dark and depressing, but I mean that's
grimy
fine.
game.
It's still grimy. Like just watching the trailer, there's a lot of like, just bad. You know, I don't know what the right word is.
I could
not
feel the corruption. I could feel the corruption. The corruption was tangible.
It was like because when people think cyberpunk, they think like nighttime neon lights, rainy moods. So they went out of their way to be like, making that is easy, right? It's making cyberpunk look cyberpunk in the daytime. Like, how do we do
the funniest thing about that too is that the city is literally called Night City.
Oh, I love it. That is so stupid. I love it.
It's a blend between Los Angeles and San Francisco.
Oh, so San Francisco.
What?
San Francisco.
Oh yeah, this is actually the Big Hero 6 video game.
Yeah.
This is the Big Hero 6 world in Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yikes.
Whoa.
Oh my god. No, but just like everything about that, people were saying that the enemy feedback was crazy. You shot some guy in the arm and his arm flew off and he started screaming and he's like, "Oh, my fucking arm."
There's like some Terminator face scannage going on.
Yes. Some wild stuff. Apparently there are things called harvesters and people are harvesting people's organs.
Oh, sure. Sign me up.
Sounds like I'm in. I want to get my organs harvested.
That
thing
music
called harvesters.
That music in the trailer, though, I really like that trailer. I think I've seen it 100 times already.
Well, what's your favorite? Okay, let's talk about what's your favorite shot in that trailer.
When the two people in the store gets blasted with the shotgun, and then the other one like raises their hands up. They're like, "No, shoot me!" I don't know why I really like that scene.
Jonathan, what you like?
My favorites, the one that stuck with me the most is the one of the robot girl doing her makeup, and then it like cuts back, and it's like, oh my gosh, her face is like off.
Yeah.
was cool. That was so cool.
I think my favorite
that's
one is the little kid playing in VR.
Oh
He's, like,
yeah.
hopping around everywhere, or when they were in the business meeting and the one corporate head is just his head just like getting like burnt off, and you see his eyes just.
I just love the guy's
exploding.
gruffy narration where it's like, it might be a lie, but it's something to grab onto. I don't know. It's so perfect. I love it.
I know. This game is going to be special.
Yeah.
I hope so. I hope it comes out
going-
before I die.
It will. It will. I
Unlike
promise.
Elder Scrolls 6.
Yeah, sorry.
Ah.
You know what will definitely be out by the time you're dead, Kyler? Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Rage 2. Jonathan, you said this was the surprise of the show for you
One of them.
in terms of the way it
Just
looked.
'cause-
Let's hear it.
Yes. Well, Rage 2, I mean, when I think of Rage, the original, I just remember it looking like the brownest, saddest, most generic looking game of like
That's every game
when
last
people
gen.
call when people call that generation like the brown and sad generation, I think of Rage first.
Oh yeah.
And
Okay.
so then there's this leak that they're making a Rage 2, and all I'm thinking is why? What? Why are they making another Rage game? And then some of the promo stuff starts coming out, and it's very like bright and colorful, and like, which I thought, okay, so they're doing that. You know, everything is colorful nowadays.
Was
and not
looking a little too
gray.
wild for me at first.
Oh
Really?
yeah. Well, that first like live
Tone of
action
it was
trailer.
Oh yeah.
annoying.
Yeah, and then E3 starts, and they bring out Andrew WK to sing the song.
Yes.
God, the audience though.
Absolutely,
I was
like, killing
excited.
it on stage, and then they cut back to the audience, and they're just like awkwardly smiling the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was excited.
love music.
and then the gameplay starts, and it's like this giant world with like cars, like big car battles stuff, and then they start like doing like shooting things, and like the boomerang is back or whatever from the first Rage. I never really played it, but I knew there was a boomerang, and then you see the boomerang in this, and there's things where like the guys are getting shot up in the air, and they're like stuck in the air, and you keep shooting them, and then the way that the trailer transitions from like one area to the next, and you're playing as the president of the United States.
You play as the president of the United States in this game.
And you're just going through the wastelands.
How awesome is that?
And I just remember like the entire trailer. I was like, this looks like so much fun. Like this looks like a great time.
I know.
And that was just like the best. Not the best, but it was just like a real shocking feeling. Is like I really want to play this game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sad it's not coming out this year. I thought it was for.
Yeah, it was really weird how it. What was it? March? I think it was.
I think so.
Yeah, I want to say
It was like Q1.
Yeah, I want to say it was March. Kyler, what do you think about Rage 2?
I think it looks. I don't know. I'm in. Like
Yeah?
Rage 1, I played a little bit of Rage 1. Rage 1 is okay. I know a lot of people hate it.
Yeah.
There was some fun, goofy stuff you could do in that game.
Yep.
I like the direction they're going here. Like for me, I'm like I see realism in real life. Like whack it up. You know what I mean? Like let's get crazy. Let's get wild.
Whack it up.
Yeah, like this is the post-apocalypse, dude. We're talking. People are going crazy. All right.
Right.
Be colorful, make it wacky, and it seems like they're doing that. And yeah, like playing as the president of the freaking United States.
Mm-hmm.
Are you kidding me right now?
Yeah, I'm watching the gameplay again, and there's so much like variety in locations. It's not just like a wasteland. There's like jungles and like torn down swamps and like torn down cities or like settlement camps or whatever.
One thing that gets me going in games, other than waterfalls, are factions. I love me some good factions. I love siding with factions. And hearing why should I side with this faction and this faction. I hope that there are factions and waterfalls in Rage 2.
And waterfalls.
I'm looking at this one shot where he's just walking through at night and like the moon is blown up in the sky.
Yeah.
Like why? That's great.
It's awesome. You're the president of the United States, walking around town. The moon is completely blown up.
I love that. It reminds me of
Mhm.
Dragon Ball Z, and it makes me happy.
It's wild. All right, here's one for you. What a wild announcement this was. So we're watching Starlink, all right? We're watching this little trailer for Starlink, and all of a sudden, we see
The
a
man,
furry friend,
the legend,
Fox.
Fox.
Fox revealed
Wow.
himself in a Starlink trailer.
You know, I was watching that afterwards, and if I actually heard what was going on, you can actually hear like the old SNES like voice clips in the beginning of that trailer.
No
'Cause,
way.
they're calling for help, and then like you hear like the dib 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 on the radio.
Awesome.
And it's great. Yeah, I remember they were like doing like those like shots of him, and like
Yeah,
I forget what the first thing was, but then like they do his eye, like
I
his skin. I was
know.
like, no way.
I was like, what is this?
And then it's
This is
him,
him.
the Fox.
The one and only.
Fox.
He's in this game. And then they get
This game
Miyamoto
looks
out.
like a lot of fun.
Yeah, they get Miyamoto out there, and he's like, "Oh yeah, that's my character." And
He
look
really
at
loves
this!
his
Look
Star
at this!
Fox.
Look at this giant R-wing thing.
Yes, that looks awesome. That toy, oh my god, that looks insane. You know, the funniest thing is that Nintendo was the one that actually approached Ubisoft about putting Star Fox in their game.
Interesting.
Oh, wow.
They have a really
Yeah.
good relationship with Ubisoft.
They do. I like it. I like it a lot.
I mean, I
It's-
can't
it's-
blame them.
Yeah.
Like what I've seen of Starlink is like this looks like a Star Fox game already. You know, maybe
This
not
looks
like
like a lot of fun. I love how like apparently the worlds are huge. Obviously they're pre-made worlds, but the worlds are huge and you can fly around them akin to No Man's Sky where you can just go around the entire planet, you know. That's just awesome to me, especially if it's like a pre-made world. The toys look super cool as well. Here's something real neat. You can buy the toys, put them on the controller once, and then you never have to put them on your controller ever again.
oh cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought that was super interesting.
Well,
Well, you
maybe get up and get the toy. I want the toy on my controller.
all right, Kyler? Disregard what I just said.
Oh,
You have to do that, okay? You have to do that.
Okay, thank you. That's what I wanted to hear. I want to
Oh,
see
man.
my ship represented on my controller every time I see it in the game. Okay.
Yes.
I'll make
I'm
it
looking
easy.
at this like I'm looking at this thing about Star Fox in this game, right?
Mhm.
And it said Fox came to Atlas in pursuit of Wolf and his crew. So what if there's like a wolf boss fight in this game?
Oh no, yeah. Apparently, there's a whole story with Fox, dude. Like Fox,
Oh, no.
Fox is not just a little character in this game, like a little like, hey, you can play as Fox. It's no, Fox has a story in this game. There is a reason why he is there.
Do you think we'll fight a corrupted Slippy?
Maybe a heartless Slippy.
Oh, I'm out.
Slippy's nobody.
Slippy's nobody.
Let's see what Slippy's heartless name would be.
No. Oh, is that a
Oh,
generator?
no.
Let's see. Oh no, this isn't gonna work.
Look, dude, I'm
First
pumped.
and last name?
I did not know that he was hunting down Wolf. I'm in. What more do you need? Fox McCloud in a Starlink in this game called Starlink. He's just there trying to take down Wolf. I'm in.
I don't know if I'm in, but like I went from being like maybe
You're in, John.
or actually not
Just say
maybe.
it. Just say it, dude. Just
We'll
say it.
see.
No.
I think it's great. I think it's
Just
fantastic.
say you're in. Just for me. Just say it.
All right, I'm in.
You're in. Are you in, Kyler?
Wow, this is a garbage name generator. I put
Are you
in
in?
Slippy.
Are you in, Kyler?
Is Slippy in the game?
I'm just gonna say yes.
I'm in, baby.
Yes. You know what else we got now? Ghost of Tsushima.
Mm.
Kyler, what do you think?
I was really, really curious. Like, I love Sucker Punch. I was really, really curious to see what this game was going to look like. And They opened. Well, no, they opened with The Last of Us 2, and then right afterwards was Ghost of Tsushima.
Right.
I think visually, like, I think it looks stunning. I love the art direction in it.
Holy guacamole, yes.
Like, he looks over like the fields or whatever, and I'm like, oh my
Yes.
God.
And then you and your horse are just going through it.
Yeah, and I'm like, are you kidding me right now? How's this even possible? And then the final battle with the pedals.
Oh, the
don't
leaves.
even
Oh
get me
my
started on that.
God, the framing of that, dude. They're going full Kurosawa on
They
us.
really are.
Mm-hmm.
I am so happy. I'm so happy that, like, me and Jonathan talked a lot about this, but From did what I thought Sucker Punch was going to do, and Sucker
Right.
Punch did what I didn't think anybody would really do and go like full feudal Japan on us.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, they went. Yeah, it is full feudal Japan.
Like, this
Right.
game looks good.
Yeah, you can say that again, brother.
And I was like watching a video on Bushido Blade,
Oh, okay.
and I was like, I want to play this game. And then I see this. I'm like, this is Bushido Blade. This is it. This is that visceral nature of one hit and you're done, you know?
Yeah,
Like one slice into the jugular and you are out of there. You know, and like you can do that to your enemies as well.
I love that. I
It's
like how
awesome.
it's like a lot of sword to sword clashing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. There's also another some things were leaked about it. All right, here we go. Here's some juicy deets.
Ooh.
So there's the path of the samurai. All right, and there's the path of the ghost, and you can
And
you
the
can
past
take
of the Tsushima.
yes, you can take whatever path you want. All right. The thing is that if you are so the thing with the ghost, right, is that it is seen as it's not exactly looked it's looked down upon, you know. So you have to do that. You have to be a ghost at night. If like you can do it in day, but know that people will react accordingly to that.
Huh.
Whereas if you're a samurai were both respected and feared. So again, people will act accordingly to that as well in towns, in side quests. They'll see you as a samurai, and whether or not they fear them or respect them, things will go differently for you. And for samurai, you're mostly supposed to do that during the day, I guess, because it's more noble to show your enemies who you are than simply killing them without them seeing your face. I guess that's a respect thing. And that's more of the ghost path. And ghost path is like poisons and stealth, really, and samurai is more upfront. Get into those tactical sword fighting clashes. What do you guys think about that?
That sounds really unique.
That sounds.
Think about it.
I guess that's where the ghost in the title comes from, because I didn't even really think about it until now. But it's like, yeah, this game is called Ghost of Tsushima, and I remember thinking maybe there's going to be some like crazy gameplay mechanic with ghosts, but no, there's not. As far as we know, there's not. But it reminds me a little bit of how Infamous had split paths, you know, like it could be good or it could be evil, but this seems more involved.
Yeah, right.
You know, with Infamous, if you were good or evil, it kind of just changed like your power set and like just the way you approach the missions. Yeah. Whereas this seems like two completely different campaigns almost, depending on how you play it. That's how it plays out.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I just find that whole angle super interesting of like being respected or being somebody that does all your work in the shadows.
Yeah,
I think that's super interesting. And so it's Sucker Punch, so they're gonna nail it.
Yeah,
whatever it is.
I mean, my biggest takeaway, I think, from the trailer is really just how the fights played out and how they had those elements of like dueling, where like there's that pause before whoever makes the first move makes their move.
Yeah.
And how you like react to that. You can like parry or just completely punish them immediately, you know, which is
I heard a funny story about some of the particle effect developers. And they were like, okay, so now that we're doing something more grounded, what do we do? You know, because in Infamous, it was all so many particle effects just based off of the powers. So what they did is so the whole mantra of this game is blood, mud, and steel, which, that's badass.
Whoa.
I don't care what you say.
So cool.
That is badass.
Blood, mud, and steel.
Blood, mud, and steel.
Oh, that's what the game should have been called.
That is a good word salad. Right.
Yes, that is good word salad, and I love it. And so the particle effect developers, they were like, okay, so what do we do? Well, let's do the blood, let's do the mud, and let's do the steel. So the blood technology in this game, like realistic blood splurts, dude, like realistic blood effects.
Tasty.
Like they're going in. Like if you watch the trailer again, you can catch some just blood like explosions, like going with the slice, like blood moving and hitting the mud. And the mud, you get down and you get dirty, dude, in this game, because it's very rainy. All right. So you're gonna be in mud a lot. Even in this trailer at the very beginning, there's a bunch of mud, and your sword gets muddy and all that stuff. And then when your sword clashes, they worked on the sparks flying off in a realistic manner.
Dude, nice.
Blood, mud, and steel.
That is honestly awesome.
Maybe they should have called the game that.
Right?
Kyler
it's better than Kojima's mantra for Death Stranding, which is stick and rope.
Explain to me what that game is.
And baby.
Kyler.
Yes, here we go. Are we going straight into
we're going into Death Stranding. This is it.
I want to know, what did you guys think about Death Stranding?
I loved it.
I really
absolutely adored everything I saw about it. I'm in. I don't want to see anything else.
I want to see everything else. And I know if I see everything else, I still will not know what is happening.
Yeah.
Right.
Dude, this is so crazy. Go for it, Jonathan. I need to collect my thoughts.
right, yeah. I mean, I've been thinking to myself this whole time is like, I don't know what this game is. I kind of need to see like what do you do? And I guess so far it seems like what you do is you kind of just like explore, but I really love the environments. And then like halfway through the trailer, there's like a girl that shows up, and then there are hands being imprinted in the mud.
Yeah.
And you have to sneak against these like giant like floating particle demons.
This game is gonna be tense.
And the music was
yes.
on point.
It was drowning. It was just this disgusting, unsettling, beautiful sound. It was amazing.
Yeah, it's so crazy because you see what the game is here, and you go back and watch the other trailers, and you can kind of piece together like slightly some hints, little doodads of what's going on here and there.
Right.
Like in the trailer before this one, when Norman Reedus, like, he gets blown up by the guy with the fucking hand heads.
Yeah.
And the baby gives him the thumbs up, and he comes back to life. You see those weird little sea bugs like fly up.
Yes.
And in this trailer, they explain to us what those sea bugs are. And the girl, she's like, "Oh, a sea bug a day keeps the goo boys away."
She eats one.
Yeah, and she just munching down on them like they're hot Cheetos.
Munching down on them.
No, okay, not the goo boys away. The time fall away, which is the rain that makes you old when it touches your skin.
What?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
Dude.
In the trailer before this one, there's a guy pinned underneath the truck, and he's getting rained on, and the rain is touching his skin, and he's like rapidly aging, and he just fucking gets taken away by venom. But yeah, in this trailer, the rain touches Norman's hand, and you see it kind of like go through his body, like something's wrong with him. And then that's when the girl comes, and she's got the crazy spiky jacket, and she's like, "That's time fall." And you got to eat.
So that's what that is.
Yeah.
Ugh. Like that whole effect. Ugh.
Oh,
I feel like
it just goes.
I feel like when she ate that, she was like, "You know, Norman, what's up with these puffs?"
Yo, puffs.
What's up with these puffs, Norman? And Norman's like, "Those aren't puffs. Those are insects."
And also like yeah, nah, those aren't Cheeto Puffs, idiot. Those are sea bugs, weirdo. But I was so excited to see what the gameplay would be like because this entire time Kojima has been saying, and even like Mads Mikkelsen and Norman Reedus, whenever they speak about the game when they shouldn't be, they always say like, "Oh, this game is like, it's not like a normal game in which there's like an objective in which you fight people and kill people because that's what most games are, you know? Like even in Mario, you're jumping and fucking killing, but in this game, like it's about making connections, and apparently like social media is involved." And that we're already playing the game as we speak, according to Kojima. Like the game has begun like years ago. Apparently,
you're losing me.
No, you're dude, losing. I don't get it myself. I don't understand it. I want it to be real, but the core gameplay it looks like is that we're picking up these carcasses because for whatever reason the Goo Boys want these carcasses. So we got to. Norman Reedus' job is to find these carcasses out in the land and take them away for some reason. I don't know, but apparently you need connections from other people. You don't need, but I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. Kojima, what are you doing?
I'm fine if the game is like more exploration than fighting.
Oh yeah,
you know.
And it seems like avoiding the Goo Boys too.
Right. Yeah. Instead of taking them on.
Yeah.
And the baby.
He did pull out a gun at one point. Did you see that transforming gun? Do you remember that?
Yes. Yep.
So I wonder what that's for. Maybe he's not using it to kill people. Maybe he's using it to like put a marker or a tracking thing on something. Yeah. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know what's going on, but I'm all about it.
You know, I saw a question, and the question was, is Death Stranding pretentious? And I said, hell yes.
Oh, yeah.
I am in.
Yeah, I love that.
Like,
it's like almost everything Kojima has done has been kind of like pretentious, you know? Like
absolutely.
That's just what he does.
But I'm in.
I'm all in.
I love it, dude. Oh my god. Just walking around some of those environments were just crazy.
The hiking simulator, the game.
Yeah.
I love that one scene where he has all of these boxes stacked on top of his body and he's like trying to like walk across this ladder.
The ladder, yeah.
I'm like, wow,
man.
This is kind of interesting.
I am pumped. So what do you think this whole social thing is going to be? How do you think that this game is going to mesh multiplayer in?
So it's in the it's so weird. So in the previous trailer, even in the very, very first trailer, you can see the strands like shoot up into the sky.
Mm-hmm.
And in the trailer before this one, when Norman Reedus got blown up and there's a big crater in the ground.
Yeah. What a great trailer that was.
Yeah, Kojima's like, okay, he could have, I think, not died there. I'm not sure, but apparently every time you die, like the crater is there and it has like a strand up in the sky. But you see like hundreds of those strands. So I think those are each time a player dies, their strands are like connected into the sky. And maybe if you go and explore their crater, maybe there'll be some stuff there. Maybe you're picking up their carcasses.
Yeah, right.
Oh, weird. I don't know.
Maybe you're picking up their resources.
Another thing is that he wanted to do the same, like PT was kind of like a test apparently, where in PT you find pictures, there was a photograph that was cut up and there's like pictures on the floor.
Right.
Every single piece you find, a sentence goes across the screen in a different language, and there's a different language for each piece of paper that you find. So it was supposed to be like, and it was if you translate it all, it was a riddle that tells you how to complete the demo, basically. So I'm wondering if he'll do something like that within this game, where there'll be like different language barriers that people have to collaborate with online in order to complete certain parts. So weird. I don't know.
So like Arrival.
Basically Arrival, yeah.
Oh, dude, I'm in.
That's really, I think the vibe I get from a lot of this game is that kind of like Arrival. Like even just like the colors remind me of that, like that gray overtone.
Yeah. Just what's going on here? What's their purpose? Like, what am I doing? I think that idea of you going and picking up other people's carcasses. Maybe the whole deal of the game is for you to go and just take these resources to a specific spot, right?
Mhm.
And it's just everybody contributing to these resources or something. And whenever you die, you always like start off the game by trying to find people where they died and their resources, and then take them, or just try and get further,
Yeah.
Like, maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know, because I remember, what was it, ropes and rocks or some shit?
Yeah, he was talking about sticks and rope, and that's how we formed our first connections when we were cavemen. All we had was a stick and a rope for bonding and a stick for beating.
Yeah,
What?
we've been playing Death Stranding since the beginning of mankind.
Since the beginning of mankind.
Maybe that's what he meant.
Did you guys see like
Maybe
this?
we have always been playing Death Stranding.
There's this weird culture of people out there who like are convinced that Death Stranding is actually Metal Gear Solid 0, and that the entire Konami Fallout has just been like a part of his ruse. But I'm like, there's no way.
Yeah.
Like, that is too wacky even for me.
Sony would have to be in on that.
Konami would have to be willing to destroy their entire reputation in order to do that. There's just no way.
Yeah, but it's worth it because Death Stranding is life,
Yeah.
Literally.
Like if they actually manage to deliver on this, like saying like we've been playing Death Stranding all along, and they like make it feel like, wow, I really have been playing Death Stranding my whole life.
It will be the greatest thing since another game, but I'm not going to say what that is.
You guys have to remember that at one point in time, Kojima literally wanted a game where if you died, the disc would self-destruct. This is the man we're talking about who is making this game.
This guy's a legend.
Honestly,
this guy's great. He's just a fun guy. Like, I watched a video of him and Greg Miller playing some 1-2 Switch, and this guy's just out there having fun and making games that no one understands,
Yeah, he doesn't even understand.
Games that aren't even games anymore.
Yeah, it's just life.
I love his Twitter. His Twitter description is literally like, my body is 85% movies.
Yeah, you're like, Dale, you're just like any of the rest of us, but you're not at all.
Oh, I love
There's
it.
something. He's great. He
even put a tweet out where he was like, I forgot it. I saw it and I was like, this makes so much sense. But he was like, I forgot what he said, but it was something along the lines of like, I can no longer hang around with people because can no longer hang out with people who aren't creative like me, because then I'll just be lost in my own head or something like that. I'm like, oh, okay, sure, I believe it.
All right, Kojima. You know what, Kojima? You should watch your podcast.
Yeah.
Can we have one special guest?
I wish. If we ever got that, we know we hit the big time.
But no translator, though.
No translator.
Nope.
We have to. Well, that's his game.
That's
that's
part of the riddle.
Oh yeah, it's just Death Stranding at that point.
Everything is Death Stranding. Thank you, everybody, for listening to the 18th episode of the Boss Rush podcast. We talked about a bunch of games today. There's more to come next week when we get Malik and Kyler on the show. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Only an hour and a half. I like this.
Nice.
I do. It was very succinct.
I just wanted to say before we sign off that the greatest part of E3, hands down, was that Waluigi stayed as an assist trophy.
Okay. Get out of here.
Yeah.
You're an absolute monster.
You're not on next week's podcast anymore.
You're not on the podcast at all anymore.
Kick me out.
I will, dude. I will. Thanks, everybody. Adios. See you.
Bye-bye.
Wow.